Hello, Pisces. This is your tarot reading for February, your love reading, actually. I'm doing a special love reading, seeing that Valentine's Day is in February, and I anticipate a lot of people have questions about love um, as that holiday approaches, that romantic holiday approaches. So this is going to be a reading focusing on love and relationships. I'm also using a special deck. It's my Golden Tarot, and it uses artwork from Elizabethan um, paintings. It's from the Elizabethan time. So, for instance, we have this Six of Wands, and then we have this Queen of Swords. See how beautiful that is? Okay, so cards have been cleared and I shuffled them beforehand. I am now going to shuffle for a few seconds more. I also will have a special angel oracle card at the end of the reading. Okay. And I think I'll try to do that for my readings from here on out. So, okay, Pisces. So the next card for you is Knight of Cups. And so we have a Queen of Swords and a Knight of Cups with a Six of Wands. And Six of Wands is the card of victory. We have a Queen of Swords who is a very wise, discerning woman who uses her judgment well, who's very decisive in her communication. But we also have this Knight of Cups here who's a dreamer. And, he's led by his emotions as well. So, yeah, we do have air and water. Sometimes that can clash because you can see the Queen of Swords. A sword is clearly more, as a substance, a sword is clearly sharper than the fluidity and the flexibility of water. So as far as elements go, yes, there might be a clash. Um, the Queen of Swords might be a little bit practical, even though she's idealistic, and the Knight of Cups is a dreamer, but might be a little bit too sensitive. We have the Emperor. Okay. This is Five of Swords reversed. As you know, Five of Swords is about winning battles here. And you have a person who is clearly dominating the fight. But this is in reverse and it's going to be in the middle of the spread. This might be about losing a battle here, or someone not feeling a need to be right. This is next to the Emperor. The Emperor is the ruler, so it's interesting that um, maybe there's sort of a truce after some fighting or disagreement. We have a King of Wands here. Um, and this King of Wands represents fire. So what we have here is another, we have these queen and kings. We have these queen, this knight, this king. We are getting some very strong personalities here. And the King of Wands is someone who is a master of its confidence. Um, the energy of fire is also passion. Um, Passion in the way that your intent is very focused and direct and sort of consumed and focused on one particular thing. We have a Seven of Wands. And you see, as always, this picture depicts a young man with a wand in his hand, but he's fighting six others. This is Eight of Cups. So you see this young man, and the interesting thing is that when you use a different deck and you get a different illustration, then you see the cards in a different light. Because here you see this young man under the moon, stealing away at night, leaving the cups behind. Um, Someone is thinking about going to a new adventure, or someone's thinking about leaving something behind in search for something better. And then we have Eight of Coins. This is the card of work, um, working on projects. Um, and it can also mean in a love reading, trying to work on something, repair it as well. You see the man, he's in his little workshop here. And he's devoted. This can also mean discipline. Okay. So I will draw the outcome cards at the end of the reading. But I feel that what's interesting here, um, you have, as far as major arcana here, you only have one major arcana, and that is the Emperor. And the Emperor, once again, is the ruler, and he rules over all the kings as well. And it seems as if in this love reading, in this relationship, there might be, the Emperor can indicate that there's an obstacle or some type of ruling or situation that is affecting, controlling, or influencing the relationship. Okay, it could be circumstances such as a long distance relationship. It could be circumstances of someone going through a divorce or something like that. But the Emperor is indicating that the relationship is trying to overcome um, it's trying to overcome an influence that it cannot, there's an influence or situation that is controlling the relationship or affecting the relationship. And it could be someone outside the relationship as well, that there's a person who has dominance or control. But this could definitely refer to the energy of a circumstance that is an obstacle to the relationship. And so control and obstacles, and as indicated by this Five of Swords, trying to, it seems as if the energy of battle and the lack of energy to fight is next to this Emperor, that whatever's going on in this relationship, you're not able to overcome the obstacles, or you're abiding by the rules of this Emperor here. Um, let me go. But you have a king, a queen, and a knight. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there are three people involved in relationships, but I definitely feel that whoever this king is and this queen, and then you have this Knight of Cups, that one, the people in this relationship could be the king or queen. And this Knight of Cups, I think, is showing up because of a previous energy in the relationship, the dreaming, the emotions, this infatuation that was in the relationship at the beginning. And the Six of Wands, which is the card of victory, means that, um, you know, there's obviously, um, you might have felt that the relationship was getting off to a good start, that you were overcoming. How that's the best way I can say that. That you are going into this relationship um, feeling that things are going to work out. And so it's interesting that as we go further into this middle part, further on in the reading, we have the dominant energy of the Emperor, but you also have the dominant energy of King of Wands, to where now someone is putting his foot down. A King of Wands can be very assertive. Once again, Wands represents fire, and there's a lot of wands here. Okay. And I think that this energy is definitely coming from this King of Wands. All the wands here, I believe, are related to this King of Wands. And the fact that this Five of Swords is reversed, that there's no more fighting, or someone's lost a battle, that could certainly apply to this Queen of Swords here. And so this King of Wands, who has dominated and won and rules, um, it seems to me like this person is the one who has control over the relationship, not the Queen of Swords, even though she is wise and she understands what's going on in a relationship. But this Knight of Cups might indicate that one, there's another person who's involved here, or there's a choice to be made. Or it can mean that there is once again this energy of emotions and daydreaming and emotional vulnerability. And sometimes when the Knight of Cups is reversed, it can also mean depression. But when it's upright, the Knight of Cups does represent someone who tends to be infatuated and daydreams about love and can be very intuitive, lives in a dream world. What we have going on here now is, as this all plays out, this Seven of Wands, we have someone, once again, this person is putting up a defense. They're defending, they're putting up a defense against love or relationship, I think. Um, and it's interesting, whenever I see lots of swords and wands, people holding sticks and swords, basically, it can mean a type of assertiveness where people are protecting themselves, they're trying to assert themselves. And so this person in your life, Pisces, is, and you're water, by the way. So this Knight of Cups could certainly apply to you. This Queen of Swords could apply to someone who is also interfering in the relationship as well. But I do feel like this King of Wands is going to start putting up boundaries in the relationship, being defensive, Not necessarily against you, but I think that maybe this person might be overwhelmed or feels a need to protect himself. And so we go into these eights here. And eights are very high, up from numbers 1 through 10. The closer you get to 10, the closer you get to the ending of a cycle or an ending of a situation and you start over again. And so, Pisces, it's very possible that you might need to take some time away. I think this does refer to you. It could refer to what the other person might do, but someone just might need some space. But I think you might need to leave things behind simply because of this struggle that seems to be ongoing. You've already put down your swords here. This Queen of Swords has put down the swords. Or there's a loss, someone lost a battle here. Someone had to walk away. And so I think that emotionally deciding, I just need to walk away now because it seems like there's no way the situation can change. And that's definitely what I'm getting here. This person who is saying it's my way or no way, that's one thing that just occurred to me. So walking away might be the best thing to do, and you're walking away to, um, I think, to fix, not necessarily to fix the problem, but to get some grounding back, productivity, that maybe your life was put on hold as well. And that can definitely be symbolized by the Knight of Cups, that this relationship has had the energy of being detached from reality, that there's been, um, sort of like a running away in this relationship instead of dealing with things and being productive. And I think maybe you get back to the core issues that are going on in your life and you decide to work on you instead of deciding to deal with all of this, I think. Um, so this person, I feel like there's been dominance in this relationship, or um, an overriding um, an overriding influence in the relationship that has been an obstacle and has prevented you and this person from getting close. I feel like this person is attached to this obstacle, that they're allowing these obstacles to happen. I think that this King of Wands here is the person who is putting up defenses, who is not, um, allowing himself to compromise and open up to you. And I'm assuming that this is a man, but this can also be a woman as well. So I am going to pull your outcome cards, and then I'm also going to pull your oracle, your angel oracle card. And I'm going to stick with just one outcome card. Okay. All right. So, the outcome card for this reading is Nine of Coins. This follows Eight of Coins, and I think it's interesting because this can mean the good life, prosperity, happiness, and joy. It can mean financial prosperity, but in this love reading, um, it means that for some reason, any of these obstacles or battles, you manage, I think, to get out of those constraints and those issues and those obstacles. And the Nine of Coins means just a joy of life. And I think that's what you might need to do, Pisces, for yourself, to enjoy life and to be happy. And you can see that this is a woman who's very prosperous and very rich. Um, and so I think that it's going to be a case of you needing to, the relationship, not saying the relationship will end, but there might be a need to, um, there just might be a need to, for you to step outside of the relationship, walk away for a little bit. If someone's putting up their defenses, there's not much you can do. All you can do is take care of yourself. And I think that's what you might need to do, Pisces. It could be you putting up your defenses as well, protecting yourself. It's very possible, Pisces, because you're such an emotional, um, you are, the element of water. You might feel a need to protect yourself as well. You're emotionally vulnerable. Um, so I think that maybe if there's someone who keeps trying to go on the offensive against you in a relationship, it could be, you know what, I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to deal with the antagonism anymore, which is going on here. And that's when you decide to walk away. Now, that's just an alternate reading here. And once again, it doesn't mean that the relationship will come to an end. It might mean that both of you, you and the partner, have some work to do as well in order to get to this Nine of Coins. Okay. Your angel oracle card is called the base chakra. And it says, choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome. Okay. And that's a very good piece of advice that, as I said, this Queen of Swords is the queen of communication. She can be judgmental. She can be decisive. Um, so maybe there was conflict with communication. But I think that overall, you should take this as advice as well, and put yourself in a more positive mindset. It's not all about defending yourself and winning a fight either. And that might necessarily apply to you. It could definitely apply to the other person. So, Pisces, this is your love reading for February. And I hope that you found it helpful. March, I will go back to general tarot readings um, as well. Once again, thanks to everyone for their support and their comments. I really appreciate it. So take care.